So yeah, thanks for joining everybody. I'm going to get started in a few minutes. I'm just going to let some other folks join us. Just another minute or so, and then we'll get right into things. Cool. We got some more people joining. Just give it another minute or so, and we'll get going. All right. Yeah, thanks for joining, guys. This is our Uber Connecticut, our 101 webinar. So we do this weekly. So I have some slides for you guys. So I'm going to go through all the slides. If you have questions, I'm going to do a whole Q&A at the end. But I'm going to run through all these slides, a lot of information. You may want to write some down. But at the end, we'll do a whole question and answer where you can actually type into the chat box, and I'll answer those questions for you. So my name is Matt, and let's get going. So the first thing we want to show you is actually how the app works. So this is actually the screen it'll show you how to accept a request. So you should all be able to sign in now and actually see this screen. And actually there's an go online button up top. So going online makes you available. So you can see the first one, you're offline. You're not going to get any trips. The second one, you tap the Go Online button. It'll let you know that you're available. And then you're waiting for a trip to come in. And the third is the trip request coming in. So that's going to blink. That's going to beep for you. It's a countdown of 15 seconds to answer the call, or else it would go to the next closest online partner. It's always going to be the closest online driver. Up top, it'll tell you what they've requested, and it'll tell you how far away they are and where they're located. So you tap on that screen to answer the call, and then you're just going to navigate to go pick up the request. Okay, so we want to talk about insurance real quick. So we do have you guys covered with a commercial policy as soon as you're online. As soon as you're available. So you go online, even before you've accepted a trip. We do have liability when necessary. We have 50,000 injury, 100,000 total, 25,000 property. As soon as you've accepted a trip or you're actually on a trip, it bumps up to that $1 million liability coverage. Our company we work with is James River. And it's $1,000 deductible, so it may be higher than a normal policy. This is a commercial policy, so Connecticut has deemed this enough insurance. God forbid anything catastrophic were to happen, we can fix up to $1 million in damage. So we want to point out your partner dashboard. So this is actually separate than the application. So you have your app on your phone. This is partners.uber.com. Which you could access on a computer or a smartphone, either or. So this is going to have information such as all your payment statements. You're going to be able to add vehicles here. You can manage all your profile information. You can access your banking as well. So this is something we want you guys checking at least weekly. Tax season is up right now, so this is where all the partners are going to download their tax documents. So definitely visit this as soon as you can. The more you're going to be able to navigate this site, the more productive you're going to be driving with Uber. So we just want to talk a little bit about partner safety. So we give you guys the control by drivers rate the riders. So after every trip, we're going to ask you to rate the customer 1 through 5 stars. You have to give a rating before you can actually complete the trip. But it's 1 through 5 stars, 5 being the best. 1 would mean there was an issue on that trip. So a 1 star, that's a poor rating, and we're going to want to hear feedback. So we want to know what went wrong that you had to give a 1 star. So we're going to want that feedback from you. Definitely, if something serious happened, we take it seriously. We want to know. We can build a case against these customers, and we'll kick them off the platform. We don't need poor customers. So if they're abusing the system, if they're not the quality customer we're looking for, we'll just deactivate their account. You should also know there's no random pickups. So every customer that you're going to get a request from, they have to download the app, they have to make an account, they have to upload payment information. We also track every trip, so it's different than just hailing people off the side of the street. We're actually tracking every trip. We know you're going to get paid, so please feel at ease about that. It's also cashless, so you don't have to carry any cash at any time if you don't feel like you need to. It's all through the app. So the customers, they have to upload a debit or credit card, and that's how the payment is done. So don't have to carry cash. Anytime you might get cash, it could be a tip on the trip, but it's not going to be how they pay. You're never going to accept cash unless it's a tip. So we just want to talk about maximizing earnings. So some of the peak earning times. So Monday through Friday, that morning commute is going to be 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. So that's when people are looking to get to work. They're looking to get to that train, looking to get into the city, to the airports. So if you're a morning person, you're going to do well because a lot of people are just moving around 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. There's a little slow period during the weekdays. But 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on the weekdays, that's the afternoon commute. So that's when people are looking to get off the train, get back home, looking to leave work. So you'll definitely see a high demand during that time as well. So for Thursdays we do see an increase. People tend to start their weekends Thursdays. So anytime from 4 to 3 a.m., Thursday night, Friday night, those are going to be busy times. Saturdays, it'll be busy all day. Sundays, it'll be good all day as well. So yeah, Friday night, Saturday night, you could work till 3 a.m. and you'll be busy. Some other of the demand, other things that can cause a high demand would be weather, the rain, the cold. It's snowy out today. It's going to snow more next week. If you feel comfortable driving in these conditions, you can earn more because there's going to be less partners on the road. There's going to be a lot of people looking to get around. No one wants to walk in the poor weather. Events, concerts, sporting events, festivals, we will let you know about these in a weekly newsletter we'll send out. So any events coming up, we're going to let you know. But try to stay on top of that as well. If a concert's getting out, it's going to be a very high demand. Same with sporting events, same with festivals. Holidays, so a week from today is St. Paddy's Day, so that's going to be a big day for Uber. So when people are out celebrating, they tend to use Uber. They don't want to drive. But Halloween, New Year's is one of our bigger days. But I'm sure next Friday is going to be huge. Obviously, rush hour, late night, we talked about that. If the bars are closing, there's going to be a high demand. A lot of people are looking to Uber after the bars. So this is actually our surge pricing. So when it is a high demand, such as those times, or maybe that poor weather, we ask the customer if they're okay with paying a higher fare. So it's based on demand. So if there's a high demand and we don't have enough drivers, we're going to charge them a little bit more. So they may try to wait it out, but as you can see on the left, it says, are you okay accepting this higher fare? It's 1.25 times actually the normal fare. So whatever the fare is going to be, we multiply it by the surge. So I've seen as high as a 3.7. We heard, New Year's was 6 point something. So if you're working those busy times, you're going to see higher fares as well. So getting into some FAQs. How long should you wait for a rider? Wait at least 5 minutes. So if they don't show up after 5 minutes, you have to try calling or texting at least once. But after 5 minutes waiting for them, you can actually cancel the trip and do a rider no-show. If you do that, they're going to be charged $5. So multiple stops and changing the destination is totally fine. So as long as you've started that trip, until you end it, you're being paid the miles and minutes. So if they want to set the first destination and you can ask, hey guys, are you getting out here? They may say, nope, we're actually just picking up a friend. And you can say, okay, just put in that next destination for me. So they can change the destination. You can change it as well. But it's just easier to ask them, so they'll change it. Once they're all out of the car and they're all set, that's when you can complete the trip. So what if a rider makes a mess in the car? This could be someone spilling coffee. This could be someone getting sick. The big part is we need photos. So at least two clear photos of the mess. Take care of it, get it cleaned, keep the receipt. But you're going to want to go to your trip history, find the trip, and say, I had an issue with a rider, request a cleaning fee. Please do it within 48 hours. We're charging the customer this money. So they have to, we need to know as soon as possible. It's harder to charge them once it's been a while. So what if too many people try to get in your car? Just politely explain you can only fit as many people as you have seatbelts. You can encourage the group to request a second Uber, or they can request a bigger Uber. So while we're on that, so while we're on the subject, explaining Uber X, XL, Premium, and SUV. So Uber X is your typical four-door vehicle, 1 through 4 passengers, 3 in the back, 1 in the front. This is the most requested ride. So you should all be Uber X drivers. If you can fit 5 or more people, so this would be cars with a third row. It would be you could request XL as well. So XL trips pay higher, but just because you have an XL vehicle doesn't mean you're getting an XL price every time. They have to request that XL, so it'll be 5 or more people. And then there's a premium and a premium SUV. So premium used to be all commercial. You're paying extra for the insurance. You're paying for the L or the Z plates. Yeah, I can't hear you. So the premium service now we offer to highly rated Uber X drivers with premium vehicles. So our premium vehicle list is located on our Connecticut website, which I'll give you coming up. But it's going to be after 25 trips. If your rating is 4.7 or higher, and you have a premium vehicle on our list, you can actually accept the premium trips. So you'll stay busy with the X, the XLs, and then a premium might come in, and you can request that, or you can accept that as well, and it'll be much higher. So how much do you get paid? How much can you expect to earn? How do you get paid? So every trip's calculated by Uber. Payments are made direct deposit to a checking account every Thursday. So the work week is Monday through Monday. Monday at 4 a.m. we deposit, and you'll get it by Thursday. Earnings depend on where and when and how often you drive. So can you have a spouse or another passenger in your vehicle? You cannot. So when riders request a trip, their expectations to fit as many passengers in the vehicle as you have seatbelts for. You're the only one that passed the background check. So having passengers, non-customers in your vehicle can compromise your partnership with us. So taxes, how do taxes work? Partners are independent contractors. They get a 1099 form. You're responsible for filing and paying your own taxes. Uber does not provide tax advice. Reach out to H&R Block if you have tax questions. They have a good partnership with us. So where can you drive? Anywhere in the state of Connecticut. So you can do pickups in Connecticut, New Jersey, Rhode Island, or Massachusetts. You cannot drive in New York City unless you're a commercial driver with a TLC license and plates. You can drop off anywhere though. So drop-offs in the city are completely fine. So who pays for tolls? If you drive through a toll, the Easy Pass toll amount will automatically be charged to the rider. So it's put right on the fare. If you drop off in any of the 5 boroughs of New York, we also credit $15. So we charge that to the customer as well, knowing you have to come back through a toll empty-handed. So do you have to log a minimum number of hours? Nope. As an independent contractor, you're your own boss, make your own hours. When you want to earn money, just turn on the app and go online. No minimum hours, but we recommend completing 1 trip every 30 days to keep the account active. So these are the sites. So uber.com/drive/Connecticut is your Connecticut homepage. Then we talked about partners.uber.com. That's your homepage, your own dashboard. And then there's also help.uber.com, which can streamline certain issues as well. So right now I'm just going to open it up to general questions. So if you have a question, please type it into the chat box, and I will read it out loud and I'll get them answered for you guys. So anything we didn't cover, anything on your mind, please just chat it, and I will get them answered. So how do you use Waze, and can I use Waze to get their destination? Yeah, so as long as you have Waze downloaded, you can go to your settings in your account right on the app, and you can select a different navigation. As long as Waze is downloaded, it'll be an option for you, and then it'll just launch Waze, so the navigation is going to be up to you. Yeah, so you use it to get their destination. Yeah, right on the way. So as soon as you've accepted that trip, that navigation that you hit, that's going to be Waze. It's going to be whatever you have selected. So yes, you can. No problem, Tom. So does the app distinguish whether the trip is Uber Eats or a person? Yes, it will. So if you're signed up to do both, as soon as that request comes in, right up top, it's going to say what they requested. So it should say UberX, XL, or it could say delivery. So Uber Eats would say delivery up top. So how do multiple riders split fees? So they can do that. They just message each other as long as they both have accounts. We can split that fare up. But the beauty of that is you don't have to worry about that. So as long as all you have to worry about is starting that trip and getting them to the destination and ending it, they'll figure out the payment. But if they split a fare, that's just between them. But they just message each other and it gets figured out. Okay, so did we cover pickups at Bradley Airport? Are there any restrictions, tips for getting airport trips? So just you have to be careful parking at the Bradley Airport. I mean, as long as you're parking close to it, you're going to get a request to pick up. There's really no tips for getting airport trips. There is a set destination feature in the app, which you'll see top right or top left, which can help you get trips going one way. But if you like the airport trips, you just have to stay in that area. No problem. Can you explain multiple riders with different destinations? Do all the addresses have to be entered? So no. So I mean, multiple stops, like I said, that's fine. Yes, the destinations are going to help you. That's just going to change the GPS. So as soon as you set a new destination, it'll show up. As soon as they've changed it or you changed it, it'll pop right up on your navigation. But even if you just started the trip and they said, here, we'll show you where to go, let's drop my friend off here, and then we're going to go here, you're going to get paid the whole time, miles and minutes, as long as that trip is started. So the destinations are just to help you with the navigation. But will I always know where the destination is before you accept a trip? You won't. So you only know when you accept that trip where to pick them up. We can't have our drivers picking and choosing who they pick up. So, I mean, always get all the information before you commit to starting that trip. Just make sure you can give the ride. If you can't give it, you would have to cancel it. So, but you'd have to cancel that. But yeah, we don't show the destination until the customer is ready to go. Why? Just like I said, we can't have our drivers picking and choosing who they pick up. Uber is going to be a reliable service. We're going to give every ride, so we're just trying to get them the closest pickup to where they are located. The whole point of this is to make money. So if you're online, you should be available to give every ride. No problem. How do you go from Waze back to the Uber main screen? Yeah, so Waze would open in the separate application, but you just have to, go on your main screen and just go back to the Uber driver app. So you just have to go to, the home button and then click back onto Uber driver, and then you can actually end the trip there. So yeah, I'll stick around for a little bit longer if people got more questions. Just anything on your mind, just type it in and we'll talk about it. So how can you get the Pandora feature to work for your riders? So as soon as you plug your phone into an auxiliary or a Bluetooth, on the screen it'll ask you to play music. If you have a Pandora account, it's going to ask you to connect. If you don't have one yet, it'll just ask you to sign up. So it's a free account to sign up for, and then you just play it right on that main screen. It'll say play music. Once you're connected, it'll bring you right to Pandora, and it'll be ad-free. So if you think of any other questions along the way, being new, where can you go? So in through the help, there's help.uber.com. There's through the app, you can go to account questions as well. We also are somewhere in Connecticut 5 days a week. We're in Stamford Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 to 4, West Haven Tuesdays, and Hartford on Thursdays, always 11 to 4. So you could just come in, sign in, and actually talk to us. But everything is going to be through the app if you want to ask those questions. You just go to account, help, and there's a bunch of ways you can streamline some questions. So what items do I think are necessary? Nothing is really necessary, but the customers do enjoy little things. Such thing as like little like waters are nice for them. Like mints, having a phone charger available. Just asking, is the music, what kind of music you'd like to listen to? Is the temperature okay? But I would say just the big one is just having a water available. That's really something they appreciate, and you'll see it in the ratings if you are giving out items like that. All right, perfect. Yep. Yep. So any other questions, guys? I'll stick around for another minute or so. You guys have any further questions? I would try a trip if you haven't yet, sooner than later. It's going to be busy this weekend. It's cold out, so people are going to want to Uber tonight. Like I mentioned in the chat, that next week is St. Paddy's Day on a Friday, so that's definitely. Oh, so the fuel card. Yeah, the fuel card is you can track it under your rewards on the dashboard. So once you have to do 100 trips to get it. We'll send it to you. You can activate it. You can use it at gas stations that accept MasterCard. And it gives you a discount of up to 15 cents off every gallon. But you have to do 100 trips a month to stay active with it. And it'll come out of your earnings. So you have to have earnings in the account, or else you could go negative. But it's like a credit card. As soon as the gas station chooses to charge, it's when it'll see it come out of your earnings. You can track it right on the dashboard. It'll say, fuel charge, and it'll say negative, however much you've used. But once you've done 100 trips, get any discount you can get. Anything else you guys can think of as far as questions? Is there any way for us to view historical data for pickups and demand? There really isn't. We have a few, on the Connecticut site, you'll see some hotspots under like the information, which could show certain better times, but it's pretty much what you're going to see is stay where the people are, and work those busy hours. The morning commutes, the afternoon commutes, those evenings. There's also Uber Eats. Okay, so that is only gas allowance. It's gas, or you could use it wherever, if it's a gas station that has a car wash, convenience items, you can use that card at the station, as long as they accept MasterCard. But just be aware it's coming out of the earnings, so it has to all be paid back. So if you said, I went out and I earned, $100 this week, why I'm only seeing 50 of it, oh, did you use the gas card? Maybe you used $50 on the gas card. Do riders have to rate you? Okay, so good question, Tom. They don't. So rating for the customer is going to be optional. We ask you guys to rate every customer. We want to know how the customers are. No problem, Matthew. But it's going to be an optional thing for the customers to rate you. But just something to know is our top partners, they get rated about 90% of the time, and that's because people can't wait to go out of their way to give them a nice rating, a nice comment. So if you're going out of your way to really provide an exceptional service, you're going to see it in the ratings. You're going to see that come back to you. So the gas and miles are completely on you, unless you do 100 trips a month. Not totally true. Keep your gas receipts. Track the mileage. We track when you have a trip. But these are all business expenses. So now you're running your own business. So you're a 1099, and you could file that at the end of the year as tax-deductible work expenses. So keep the track of the mileage, keep track of the gas, and once you talk to a tax rep at the end of the year, they'll explain to you what you can write off. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, just another minute or so. Does anyone have any last minute questions? So I just want to thank everybody for joining. So good questions. Hopefully just apply this information you've learned tonight and take it out to the road. Try a trip sooner than later if you're not on the road yet. There's nothing really we recommend other than we have for Apple for iPhones, you could do a Stride app, which helps track mileage. Or if you have an Android, you can do MileIQ. So those are things that help you track. But like I said, everyone, you should get out there, try a trip if you haven't done one yet. It's easier than you may think. As soon as you get into the rhythm of it, you'll be great. And stop by our office if you need to talk to us. That schedule is going to be on our Connecticut. That info is going to be on the Connecticut site for our office hours. So if you do want to come see us, stop by anytime. This weekend should be busy. And I just want to thank you guys for coming, tuning in. And best of luck on the road out there, guys. Have a good one.